ask you a question, and that is, what is in your life's blueprint? Number one in your life's blueprint should be, don't allow anybody to make you feel that you are nobody. Always feel that you count. Always feel that you have worth. And always feel that your life has ultimate significance. Don't be ashamed of your color. Don't be ashamed of your biological features. Somehow you must be able to say in your own lives and really believe it, I am black but beautiful. And believe it in your heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, Martin Luther King Day. This is the Raysflavs radio show.
In your life's blueprint, you must have the determination to achieve excellence in your various fields of endeavor. When you discover what you're going to be in life, set out to do it as if God Almighty called you at this particular moment in history to do it. It falls your lot to be a street sweeper. Sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. Sweep streets like Beethoven composed music. Sweep streets like Leontine Price sings before the Metropolitan Opera. Sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry. Secondly, Marian Anderson rose up to be the world's greatest contralto, so that a Toscanini could say that a voice like this comes only once in a century. And Sibelius of Finland could say, my roof is too low for such a voice from crippling circumstances. There came a George Washington Carver to carve for himself an imperishable niche in the annals of science. Then came Joe Louis and Muhammad Ali with their educated fists. All of them came to tell us that we can be somebody. Skin may differ, but affection dwells in black and white the same. And if I were so tall as to reach the pole, or to grasp the ocean at a span, I must be measured by my soul. Marian Anderson, in your life's blueprint must be a commitment to the eternal principles of beauty, love, and justice. Don't allow anybody to pull you so low as to make you hate them. In your life's blueprint.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Martin Luther King Day. This is the Raysflavs radio show. We do celebrate Martin Luther King Day today. Martin Luther King Day was not afraid to dream. This is a show about dreams. This is a show about passion. And Martin Luther King was not afraid to dream. We celebrate a man who wasn't afraid to dream of a different world for his fellow man. He looked at the influences that surrounded his life, and with courage, he moved forward through the difficult roads ahead and chose to move forward despite all the dangers and ultimately losing his life for the fight of freedom and civil rights in this country. He sacrificed for young black boys and girls, young white boys and girls, so that they could all play together on one playground, and it didn't matter the color of their skin. And that's why we have the freedoms that we have and the stuff that we have to, you know, people that of color, black people, Mexican people, Chinese people, it doesn't matter. We get to all play together on one playground. We get to all play together on one field. So we do celebrate, even though there's always much more work to do, to have empathy and love for one another. We have come such a long way, and mostly and because of some of the work of Dr. Martin Luther King. So happy Martin Luther King Day today. This is the Raysflavs show. As always, thank you for joining us. We have another amazing show and another guest who's a dreamer, just like me and you. He has a passion for what he does, his craft, and this is his home. He comes here because this is where he anything that's new, he's sharing it with us. He comes every time. He hasn't been here in a year because he's been out creating, because he's been out being a part of his passion, because he's been out doing his thing, and he's come back home to share what's been going on the last year. Please help me welcome Mr. Klassifyde to the show. What is up, boy?
What's up, bro? Now that's an intro, bro. No lie.
Got a little deep today. I'm sorry.
No, I like that.
It's
for real. Shit, I'm finna cry. I was about to cry. Shit.
I'm telling you, I had to do it. I had to do it.
But yeah,
the
man,
man's doing great.
Back. It's good to be back, man.
Awesome. It's good to have you back. Klassifyde in the house, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, let me play a little so that you do know. Let's play a song called Papaya. Let's set this up real quick.
Say, Jack, that beat all the way to the toe. Keep extending clips, promise not missing no.
Turn my heads up. I was listening to this all day.
Promise not missing no. Not missing no. If they won't smoke, I hit them in the lawn. I'd rather get my paper long. I'd rather get my paper long. Them goofy niggas out of pocket, I get my pocket swole. I get my pocket swole. It's nothing like going from rags to riches, having more. Having more, having more. Struggle on, struggle around. Any minute, money more. 10 toe down. Anything less, I know you gon' vote. To each his own, I'ma mind my own. My hustle and
love
focus,
that
it
little
comes in
bass.
home. This game cold life, I'ma hold my own. Checkmate is the fate for all my opponents. Put in work, gotta hate is a bonus. Allergic to bro, pockets get swollen. Solid, that's how Klassifyde rockin' hard. Coming straight from the bottom, no ifs, ands, bust bone, bitch got ass. I throw that dick like a Hellman pass till I'm phone with a bitch, cause I love that last. So chasing the sack, I'm spraying with a band. Damn, bitch swallow me like a bee. Playing, took a year off in a bed. Yeah, I'll never quit no rehab. Living nuts hang like a pea can. Big dick swinging them gray sweatpants. Gotta beat the odds when there ain't no chance. Can't be a hoe, gotta throw them hands. When you down for the count, can't hustle backwards. I can't go.
There it is. If you don't know, now you know. Klassifyde in the house. If you're just joining us, the Raysflavs radio show. Klassifyde, it's been a year, my man, since you've been here. What has been going on?
Man, a lot, bro. Honestly, a lot. Now, honestly, in my mind, not a lot, but in reality, a lot. So, I mean, since the last time, I think the last time I came, it was devilish. So we're talking, you know, we're getting.
We got deep. Every time you come in, we get deep.
Yeah, but I got to, man. I got to. That's just how it is. But since I dropped devilish, I think I've dropped at least 6 or 7 more songs.
Tons of stuff, and it's I love watching the progress, and I get to sit back and just watch it happen and see, like, it's work. Like, you put in work. Like, you are there daily putting in the grind. I see you in the studio. Are you working with different producers now, or the same producer?
So the studio that I go to, so different producers for sure.
Yeah,
that's where I get beats from. So most of the time I'm, getting YouTube beats just because I have a bad habit of like hoarding beats, you know what I'm saying? And then like not writing to them.
What about these recent beats though? Are for this year? What do you think? Do you think bulk of them YouTube or bulk of them from these producers?
I think a lot of them were from YouTube, bro. From YouTube. But I
always keep doing that.
Yeah, I mean they're good. YouTube beats are good, bro. The only thing about it is you can't always make as much money off of those YouTube beats as you can if you were to exclusively buy those beats where they're just yours and nobody else will have them,
Oh, okay, because you're gonna have to share the revenue.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
YouTube.
And you can't copyright like the beat because that is theirs and things like that. And you gotta like register them in certain places, and you just can't. You're supposed to get like more than 10 royalties from each song, and you just can't get all 10 if you're not. Actually, it's like 16, I think.
16. You have to get 16 royalties from each song.
Royalties, yeah. You got like a lyric from your lyrics. You got the copyright. You got sound recording. You got publishing, songwriters, and a bunch of other ones that I still haven't got to yet. But I'm still learning, It's a learning process, ongoing learning process.
So what happens if one of those songs get famous, like the one we just heard right now, Paper? Is it called Paper?
Well, I would hope that if it did start to blow up, the producer wouldn't know, and then I would buy the exclusive beat from him first.
Oh, that's right, exactly. You're like, I hope he doesn't find out.
Then I can. But I mean, if it did happen like that, we just kind of come to an agreement, and I mean, we could. I'm not greedy, so I'd be like, look, bro, look, I can either buy this shit from you, or we could just 50-50 everything.
Or he's gonna get his
whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. He's gonna have to get his, like, that's how it works. I always wonder, like, how you guys do that
with those YouTube beats, bro. So I'm gonna step away from the YouTube beats, but I still have so much music that I've done on YouTube beats. I'm gonna finish that out and then start like really like building relationships with producers where I can just straight up just buy it from them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How do you're gonna have to, like, I mean, you obviously have a certain taste, because when you're probably, I figure, like, when you're doing research on YouTube, there's something that hits you that's your classified flavor. Yeah. So you're gonna have to find a producer that can drop beats like that.
And that's hard. That's hard. Really, it's really hard actually. That's why I go to YouTube beats, because you can go on there and search anything and find whatever from different producers. I know a few producers that I built a relationship with, and they're different. You know what I'm saying? They're all different. Yeah. Are they like my style? I'm not sure, because sometimes I'm random with it. Like right now I'm in like this smooth thing right now where I'm kind of trying to sing and shit.
Well, you got the voice. I see you. That's right. You've been singing.
Yeah.
Holy moly! How did you? Okay, you've been on here like 3 times already. Yeah. And there was no singing before.
No singing at all.
Did you ever sing when you were young? Because we went through all your story. Yeah. And we never heard nothing about no singing. Did you used to sing?
I don't see. I wouldn't say like I'm like a singer. I'm just. It's been a long time since I've been doing this, so I just learned how to use my voice. There's this rapper, his name is Zero. He's a Texas rapper.
Zero?
Zero. A lot of people don't know him out here. A lot of people don't know him out here, but in Texas, everybody knows who Zero is.
So is it a sort of thing where, like, not like, because there's people that they grew up singing in church, or they grew up singing, you, because of the musicianship, because of your ear, because of flowing all these years, are you kind of learning along the way?
Yeah. Okay. And because of Zero.
Because
Zero, he sings and he raps. But he's like, it's not like.
So he influenced you by hearing him.
Yes, for sure. When it comes to the singing, yes, he definitely influenced me and made me want to try to start to sing. And then so I started trying it out, and I mean, I feel like I was pretty good at it. I enjoy it a lot. Like, I really do. Like, I enjoy it. I kind of enjoy it more than rapping, to say the truth. I feel like I put there's more emotion into it when you're singing, Wow.
So, and that works for you because, well, number one, you like, forget about any doubts you ever had. Like, you obviously got my attention, and I don't like everything. So your voice, you have a great voice. If I had a voice, the one thing I can't do, I can play bass, I can play drums, I can play a little bit keyboards, I can play guitar like nobody's business. The one thing I can never do is sing. So if I ever had a voice like that, I would just like pay some lady to teach me, like, every time operatic singing, rock singing. I would be like, because I think the voice is just an amazing, like you said, it's emotional.
It is very emotional, and honestly, I want to kind of like tune it more. So I was thinking about even taking some like voice lessons and just see how that goes. You know what I'm saying?
Because you have the raw. Yeah. I can hear the raw.
It's super raw.
The raw talent.
Yeah.
So if somebody were to sit with you and go do that, you would just be out of control. It would be sick. Let me play for you what I'm talking about. This song. Is this a new song?
That's the latest song.
The Reflections.
No, that's the. song before the latest song.
You
But
sing on that,
I did sing
though.
on that one too, though.
Yeah. So
Yeah, on
let's
the hook.
listen to Reflections, and then you tell me there's another one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's listen to Reflections first, and then we'll listen to the next one.
All right.
This is the one that caught me.
Now, in this one, I rap through the verses, but
Yeah.
I sing on the hook, which is usually what I do. I sing on the hook.
I want talk me through this, because I noticed that you rap first,
Who the hardest on the mile type shit.
and I was like, there's no way this is him singing. But I bet it's you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Staring at the mirror, I see my past, present, future, my reflection. My list of regrets is getting shorter.
And the hard part is you still got to keep your you're very it's a very unique rap voice.
Yeah.
So you have to keep, it's hard, you're gonna have to keep both. You're like Cypress Hill and the singer.
Yeah. I like the song too. It was something different, more different than what I usually do.
When some say congratulations if your life got harder, you just leveled up. I needed that. I'm constantly stuck between giving up and going harder. I miss Dallas, Texas. I'm still in California. I never saw it coming. Talk to the homie, he said you gotta be out there for a reason. I know it, cause nothing good coming easy. Lately,
That's you?
don't let nothing phase me. Used to go crazy.
That takes talent.
Crazy. Now I'm going crazy. Lately.
You know what's crazy, ironic about the song? At the time that I wrote it, everything was phasing me.
What was it?
Like, you know what I said, lately, can't nothing phase me. You know, like, nothing can hurt me. And at that time, like,
Everything was phasing you?
yeah.
Isn't it ironic, like, why you're saying that? It's just everything just starts attacking you?
I'm living and I'm learning. OG status. I'm on the road, yeah.
So so this song is Reflection. What was it? What were you reflecting on at that time? Because if you're saying that things were hitting you during this session, this is almost like you're talking about when things weren't hitting you.
Yeah, so mainly just like fighting with myself, like battling with myself. Like when I came over here, bro, the plan was to fucking change, you know what I'm saying? To be different, to not do the same thing that I was doing back home. And what that entailed was like, you know, drinking and stuff like that, self-destructing.
Sure.
And when I came over here, like, I was supposed to change, but in the beginning it didn't work like that. I was still drinking super heavily. You know, I was still, among other substances, I was doing that too.
Sure. And you haven't been here that long. Was it 2020 or something?
Yeah, 2020. So the first 2 years, I still continued on like a self-destructive path.
2020.
And then two years ago, I had made the decision to not drink. And then I went for like 8 or 9 months. And then I ended up started drinking again because I was nervous at a show. So then I started drinking again, which was a bad idea.
Well, you've been doing some big shows that you now, as you start to get into the underground scene here, you're now collaborating with Batch Records and All the Boys Love You.
Yeah,
you know the whole
man. Shout out to them because they really like. If it wasn't for like, you know, No Limit and Crave and them, bro, like I probably would never barely go out and perform because it's honestly not my favorite thing to do.
Right. Well, you were telling me last time that you were here, the only reason you started performing is to get podcast gigs like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not. I'm definitely, you know how they say like you got studio artists. They just do. I'm definitely a studio artist. Like,
Yeah,
I like being in the studio, and I don't create music like to perform it, which I should probably start doing because I know a lot of people do that, but I don't. You know, you gotta have like breath control out there, and like certain songs hit being performed, and then certain songs don't. You know,
did you notice that when you're out there?
Yeah,
out there?
hell yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
oh,
for sure.
You're like, this is my
Yeah.
best one.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like,
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, for real. It was like that, bro. And I just started noticing. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should start. I'm gonna start writing to actually perform these. You know.
yeah. Shelby was telling me that when Shelby and I was on the show, she talks a lot about that, like how she you know, she has this amazing voice. She's an amazing writer. When she was here last time, she was with Danny Boy because they did a collaboration. And they talked about the same thing, like how, you know, amazing studio production, and then when you get on stage, it's just different because it's live, right?
It's different, man. It's very different.
Yeah. But what's kind of cool about that, and tell me if I'm wrong, you guys are gonna end up writing even more because you're writing like studio stuff. And you're like, oh, I got to write this live stuff, and so it kind of like forces you to evolve, get that pen out and start writing even more. And you've been doing some big shows. I can understand the nervousness because they had you on that modeling stage that one time with the lights and all that and video.
I get real nervous, bro. Honestly, I get real nervous. A lot of people wouldn't think that because my online presence is very like but when I'm out there, bro, I'll be nervous. You might not be able to see it, but inside, I'm crazy nervous.
Oh yeah, it's different. That's why I don't even play music anymore. Hell no, I don't want to be on stage anymore.
Yeah.
That was.
And then I noticed too, bro. Like that's why I started to drink again. Because I'm too nervous, so I started drinking. And honestly, it does chill me out. It does help. I do. I feel more chill, and then I feel like I got this.
Yeah, you get courage, like lion's juice.
Liquid courage,
used
bro.
To call liquid courage.
Seriously. If I do it but if I smoke, if I get high, I'm even way more nervous.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I would get anxiety and something. Anxiety would come out more.
So I'm not gonna smoke no more at the show. So when I start doing these other shows, it's gonna be I don't know. It's gonna be different.
And I think a lot of musicians are like that, and the environment makes it simple because you're at a bar, you're late at night. Everybody's out there to party anyways. Mm-hmm. So even there's these layers, right? The whole audience is like just got off of work, they're ready to rage. Whoa, I've been working all day. It's time to rage. That's one thing. So all those people so there's obviously trinkets in the audience that you can delve into and get from there. Yeah. That's number one. Number two, all the musicians that are in the back are nervous studio dudes that hang out till 3 a.m. anyways. They love that night lifestyle. We've had them on the show. They've talked about the meth thing. They've talked about the coke and staying up late. and so it's just the environment. It's so easy to fall into that. To be able, it's not easy. Believe me, I've been in the scene. It's not easy to stay away from it because it's everywhere. There's so many different things you can get into. So to eat and then to even get into like not being able to drink, that's a whole nother. For me, that was like, first I had to get away from all the drugs, and then eventually we could work on the drinking thing. But it took me so long to stop drugs, getting into the drinking part was hard for me. I don't know. Was it like that for you?
It's very hard, bro. It's very hard. I've been drinking for a long time, bro, and pretty much I was a super shy, awkward person when I was younger. And so when I started drinking, that became part of my personality, bro. You know what I'm saying? So then I was drinking all the time, and I was drinking every day. So then that was Klassifyde. You see Klassifyde, he had a cigarette in his ear, cigarette in his mouth, and a 40 in his hand. You know what I'm saying?
When you drink, it's like a persona. That's the hard part for me. It was like, then once you stop drinking, it's like
you gotta learn how to be out there again. You gotta learn how to be who you are again. You know what I'm saying? So
you kind of have to find who you really are. Yeah, the real you.
Yeah, the real
not
you.
The drunk you.
Not the drunk you.
It takes a while. It takes a while to find that, right?
It does. It's happening right now. That's I gotta see.
You're acting like you're like, man, I'm goofy as hell. But believe me, bro. I'm so proud of you. I love this. Not only do you do it for yourself, that's number one. You're making yourself better, but you're also, when I see the stuff you put out on Instagram and inspiring other people to do the same thing. Like even me, 18 years, thank God, no drinking anymore.
Congrats, bro. For real, that's a long time.
It's crazy. But even I, like they say, you're always going to be an alcoholic. So when I see your Instagrams, even I get inspired. I'm like, dude, yeah. I'm like, dude, what I know what he's talking about. And I'm like, dude, thank God. And it reminds me like the path that I'm on and to keep going on that path. And I'm sure there's so many people out there that are on that same path that me and you are on. Yeah. And you to be able to, I'm just proud that you inspired people with the message that you put out there, because who else can? Only the people that have been there, right?
Yeah, exactly. I try to, bro. But you know, one thing, like, so the music that I put out. So some of it is gonna be like that, you know, inspiring. It's gonna talk about my struggles, you know, with addiction and things like that. But you know, other songs might be talking about like getting fucked up, you know, even though that I don't get fucked up anymore. But I just feel like that was me for a long time. Like it's hard for me not to talk about, you know, drinking or doing drugs and music when I did that for a long time. I just can't kill off that part of me. It's not just gonna be gone in my art. And I see that like sometimes like people will follow me, right, like off of the videos that I make about me talking about being sober and things like that, and then they might go to another video of mine. It's like doing cocaine, make them do anything, and
exactly, dude.
And they're like, man, I thought this guy was sober. He's a sobriety. You know, I'm not following him no more. But people have to understand, bro. Like, this is all part of me. These are all parts of me. And you're gonna hear me talking about getting sober because I'm sober now, but I wasn't for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, dude. Don't stop. Because here's the thing, think about it like, and people out there, think about it like this. This man's telling stories. The same way Neil Young used to sit on the stage and play his guitar and his harmonica by himself and tell stories through his singing. You're telling stories through your bars, and what I love about them is that they're open and honest, the same way you've been on the show. The thing about Klassifyde, what you get with Klassifyde is you get Klassifyde. Whether he's in front of you, whether he's hanging out at the bar, whether he's playing on stage, whether he's doing his Instagram, you get honesty, and I think people get that and they feel that and they get to see that and become fans. So people need to realize these are stories, and I hope he continues to. I'm not going to be the one that's going to be like, yo, you need to stop talking about that stuff because you don't do that. Hell no. You need to talk about it because that's what we did.
Yeah.
Who's going to know what we did if like nobody. Yeah, dude, you got to have those stories. Even the chicks, like the chick stuff, you know, like you're talking about chicks, like hanging out with chicks, but you got an old lady. I
got a woman. We've been together for 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she used to trip on me about, you know, saying stuff like that on the music. She was like, "But you're with me."
Exactly. So it's the same. It's a perfect example. It's like that. Just the story he's telling is literally a story. He's not living that lifestyle anymore.
Straight up. You know, I don't know. There's a rapper named T.I. Yeah. And he said that the rappers nowadays are talking about stuff that they're gonna do tomorrow. We talk about stuff that we used to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a big difference right there. Exactly.
I saw that and I was like, man, that's true. That's true.
Yep, exactly. And here's the thing. The only thing that sells is the stuff that's what you guys want anyways. They only want to hear the drama anyways. You're putting it out there, for crying out loud, but in a positive way.
Yeah. I think the world is changing though, bro. Like it used to be like rap when it first started, or when they're in the 90s. That's when gangster rap was like prevalent. You know, that's what was coming out. So then after that, everybody wanted to make gangster rap. You know,
but at least it had in those days. That was the biggest. The biggest problem. It was real. It was legit gangsters putting out music. Yeah. The positive was the beats were tight. Yeah. There was some sick music. Yeah. So you couldn't deny it. You couldn't deny Tupac. You couldn't deny Snoop Dogg. You couldn't deny Dr. Dre. You couldn't deny the whole West Coast thing, even the East Coast thing, Nas and everybody else. You couldn't deny the whole thing. Nowadays, or maybe you're gonna, to your point, it's gonna start changing. But just prior to this, and a few years ago, they're coming out with stuff that's strictly violence without the good quality music. There ain't no good beats in there. It's like, and then with the K9, and it's like, dude, wake up before you start rapping. Like, put the wipe the crap out of your eyes, pick your nose, wash your face, like sing, or like, are you awake or are you just bored? Like,
and them drugs, man. And them drugs.
Is that what they're on? That the sippy sip.
They're on the syrup, man. The lean. Yeah, the syrup.
They on that.
Yeah, they're sipping that syrup. They on the lean.
They on that lean.
Yeah, they popping, perks and bars and pills and shit like that.
So that whole scene is just all tired out, pilled out guys. That's
drugs always been part of the scene.
Dang, that's crazy. That's crazy. Do you think now? Are things starting to change? Is it going back to more of a musical? That's, I think, the part that's missing is more of a musical, and you only get the musical side, in my opinion, on the underground. Mm-hmm. None of the pop stuff that's out there. To me, unless Kanye produced it or Pharrell, it's really not high quality music we're talking about here.
Well, I feel like they push the violent shit. They push the guns and the drugs because, music brings people together, bro. And if they're pushing the violence and all that shit, bro, then we're not gonna come together. You know what I'm saying? That's pushing people apart. So I think they rather have that because music is powerful, bro. Like you can, like a person, artist could start something, start an uprising or bring people together and go against whatever it is they're trying to do, bro. And I think they rather just keep people apart. Like Tupac was bringing people together. They killed him off.
Yeah, I think you're bringing up a very good point. Like the power of spoken word, and behind that a sick beat has influence. The same way the Beatles had an influence. Some people say they took out John Lennon, but that's a whole other crazy. That's me being paranoid. Bob Marley, same way, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And and the whole '60s movement, it's a powerful movement. These kids understand the power that they have, and unfortunately, some of them, I hate to be on them like a freaking parent, but unfortunately, some of them are getting people killed. For example, the other day, the high school basketball star puts out his first rap and then gets shot 2 days later. Did you hear about that?
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, D was the rapper was talking about it the other day, and I cannot confirm this, but allegedly, the basketball star about to graduate at high school, blah 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 blah, puts out his first diss rap and high quality. They all have masks on, but of course they all got the guns. Boom, 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 boom. The same thing I'm talking about here. Great example. All the guns. Boom, 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 boom. Well, guess what happens? The dude that he was dissing shot him up.
That's crazy.
Very next day.
First rap song.
First rap song, in and out.
That's terrible.
It's horrible, dude. So the we talk about the power. It's like a knife. A knife can be used to make a beautiful steak, a beautiful meal, or it can be used to kill somebody. Yeah. You know what I mean? The music has that same power.
For sure.
And I wish, and hopefully this turns around. Some of these rappers are trying to turn it around. You're obviously turning it around. And like I said, I love having, I don't know, and I don't know why people don't have you, Danny Boy, Bravo, all these underground guys that I have on my show. I don't know why you guys are not on Power 106 or something like that. Like all you guys are pushing the more positive, the more old school hip hop style, the boom bap stuff that I love, but you don't see them on the mainstream yet.
Yeah, well, you know, you got to get your business together, business type stuff together. And, you know, the hard part isn't making the music. The easy part is making the music. The hard part is getting your business paperwork together and getting your music out to the masses, you know, because that takes money. That takes money, and if you don't got that money, then it's gonna take way longer.
Oh damn! So yeah, and there's probably
not to say that if you have lots of money, you're gonna just get like propelled forward and you're gonna get where you're trying to get. Because I mean, if you got a lot of money, your music's not good, people don't like you. I mean, you're still not gonna be able to get. You know, to the top.
You're not going to be lucky like those two twins. What are those boys with the tattoos all over? And
the Island Boys. That's so crazy. No, you know what? People, I heard this before. Somebody said hate is stronger than love. So if you are making a fool of yourself and your music is trash, people love to talk shit. They love to hate on you. So I mean, they were putting themselves out there, and you know, of course, people gonna make fun of them. People love making fun of people online. You know, even people that get made fun of in real life will make fun of somebody on the internet.
So that's a living too. You could just
you can make a living off people making fun of you. I wouldn't recommend it, and I wouldn't want to make a living off of
you
that.
gotta
You know
have
what I'm saying?
like a tough skin. just put up with crap all day long.
Yeah,
just people, just trolls, just.
But they
dissing
ran
you all
with
day.
it, man. They ran with it, and now like they have to do things to stay relevant. So now they're like kissing each other on live and on reels and stuff. So they gotta stay relevant somehow.
Yeah, once you go down the dark path, there's no coming back.
You got to keep going. You got to keep doing some even more weirder stuff, which I'm not down for.
Well, you do an amazing job on your stuff. It definitely does the job. It gets people's attention. Are you still working with that firm that you were working with last time?
Furniture store?
No, the firm, the dude, remember you turned me on to him and he came on my show. He's like a social media guy on Instagram guy.
Oh, T Bliss.
Yeah, T Bliss.
Bro, he stopped doing what he was doing.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no, I got a T Bliss come on the show talking about what happened.
Yeah, for real. You do. He stopped doing what he was doing. He was saying that, I guess the business wasn't coming in like he wanted it to.
You said in August?
No, he was telling me that the business, he wasn't getting a lot of people coming, to hire him. And
he wasn't getting a lot of clients?
Yeah, he wasn't getting a lot of clients, bro. So
this was in 2024?
Yeah, last year.
Wow.
Last year, bro.
Holy moly. And he was specifically focused on Instagram.
Yeah, man. I mean, bro, he literally changed up the way I did everything.
Me too.
Yeah,
dude, he gave me some numbers. He's like, but he calculated it.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you. I just when he told me that, I was like, what? That's crazy. But you know what? Bro, artists do not want to pay for things, bro. Artists don't want. They're so cheap.
Not just artists. Cooks, chefs, business people. There's how can you help me for free?
Man, I'm telling you, everybody wants things for free, bro. But you can't. You literally.
This is the real the free.
You can hustle, you can scam, you can do all that. But in the end, bro, you're not gonna get what you want. The other day, I talked to this artist and I was telling him about buying beats off YouTube, and he was like, "Why do you have to buy beats if when you use it, you're gonna give them splits anyways?" I'm like, "Well, okay." If you don't have any listeners, then you're giving them nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're giving them splits of nothing.
It's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, you're giving them splits of nothing.
But you got to start with something. You have to have some sort of something. I would pay.
Honestly, whenever I met T Bliss and then he told me his rates and how much he charged, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a lot of money, bro. It was like $1,400 or some shit like that. And I was like,
$1,400 a month?
No, just one pound. That's
$1,400 and then
and then you get everything.
That's cheap.
Yeah. In my mind, I was like, because I was like, I don't even know if this is gonna work or not,
Yeah.
But then he was like, he sold the shit out of me, no lie. He sold me, but I'm glad he did. You know, I'm glad he did.
Yeah, but dude, yeah, you learn the stuff that we've talked about off camera that you've learned, and like you taught me about like keyframes. I never heard that.
Man, that changed the game.
That changed the game for me too. I was like, damn, this looks like a theater. Look
now
at my food
stuff
going this way, that way.
You're moving things. I was like, man, I can move stuff. Like,
yeah.
Oh, like
it makes you look like you have a cameraman.
Yeah,
it just moves on its own. Like,
man.
whoa.
But it was definitely worth it, bro. We broke down the payments. I got on a payment plan. I paid him, and then he just showed me a lot of things. We talked about numbers.
That's a lot for like so to be fair, like that's a lot for a regular person.
Yeah.
But if you're a corporation, you're like, huh? 14, huh? They're like, can I have that 20 more times?
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, that's nothing.
But for an artist who is cheap, and a lot of these artists are cheap.
And they're all, all of us are day jobs.
Man. And I tried to send him so many people. I was like, I'll put his name out there all the time. I was like, bro, y'all want to make content like me, bro? Talk to T-Bliss, bro. You want to do what I do? Talk to T-Bliss. Go to T-Bliss. Shout out my boy T-Bliss. Holla at T-Bliss.
He was on the show?
Bro,
hopefully he got some gigs out of this.
I was really trying to put him out there, man, because I just feel like if I could do this by just talking to him, all these artists could do it.
And that's a crazy price. If you can come up with it, 1,400 one shot, and he's yours for life, dude. I'd be having that guy on the phone every day.
Bro, for real. I can't even like. I'm grateful. You know, I'm super grateful that I came across him.
Your content's sick. He's influenced the way. Do you think he's influenced the way you shoot things and everything like that? The way you even start the process.
He set the groundwork for me, and then from that I kind of just took off on everything, bro. Then like I'm following all kinds of people that help with content. You know, I'm on YouTube looking at lighting, angles, camera work. I'm looking at everything, bro. Like he set my path, and then I just took off from then on and just started learning on my own.
Yeah, that's probably what people do though. They probably would ask him something and then they would just take off and learn it on their own. Because you can learn all this everything, every single thing you can learn it on YouTube. But I think what T-Bliss did was he like motivated you. Like he made me want to do, like he's like, okay, on this day you got to do this. So like he kind of set. Did he like kind of set you a schedule and stuff like that too?
We talk once a week. And he gave me homework.
Yeah.
He gave every time we talk, I had a homework assignment. And then I'd fill out like some questionnaires. It's pretty much homework for you to say who you are and what your values are and what you're in it for and why'd you get in it and like who you really are. You know, he
brought up kind of the brand story.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. What is your brand? And your brand is you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's when I consult some companies on the side. The hardest, or not the hardest thing to do, because it's not a hard process per se, but it's a mindset thing.
The brand thing.
Yeah, like bro. I didn't know that my cookie business is a story. I'm like, yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Why did you start making cookies? Yeah. Why did you even get the dough?
Exactly.
Out, start rolling it out on the freaking wood table. There's a reason. And they're like, yeah, because, you know, my grandma used to do it back in 1940. She was the first person ever to make these freaking nutmeg cookies. And there it is.
Yeah.
Put it on Instagram.
The thing is, though, like, okay, so if you are an artist and all you do is make music about shooting people and shit like that, what is your if you're not really out here really doing that shit, like what is your content gonna be about? Because it's like, okay, so gangster rappers, they do their content is like what? Showing money, showing drugs, being at a strip club, you know,
shooting people,
things like that, just stuff like that. You know, if you don't really come from that, if you're not really around that, then
they're gonna find out for
sure. Yeah, because that's not really who you are.
I don't know what a great business model that is either. Because here's the thing, like being a gangster is hard enough, but if you're a gangster and your date of where you're going to be at on February 19th is on the internet. Like your enemies are like, oh, he's right there on Houston and the February 15th, and they just show these.
And people have already been killed like that, bro.
They don't last very long.
No, they pop up and they accidentally get the address on a photo they took or a video they took, and they get shot. I think artist named Pop Smoke got killed like that.
Is that the dude where he was with his girlfriend at the burger place, and the chick's like, oh, we're over here at the burger place?
No, I think that was PNB Rock.
Yeah, PNB Rock. That's right.
Yeah, man. So you like,
jeez.
Yeah, man, you can't be doing that, man. It's dangerous, bro. It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Yeah, once you go down that gangster rap road and trying to be the next Tupac, that's a dangerous road.
Things can happen, bro. Things can happen.
It's real. It's real. It's real. I mean, it used to be real, like you said, back in the 90s, where you know, people look what happened to Tupac. He got in a fight there in Vegas, and then later on you have a drive-by, unfortunately. And that was, it happened. It certainly happened. But nowadays it happens a lot more faster. Yeah. And a lot, obviously, since the technology, the higher tech machine guns that are out there, I don't know where the kids get them. But it happens much more.
Everybody just want to shoot. Yeah. Everybody just want to shoot. Somebody get their ass whooped, they want to shoot.
Everybody, dude, right here, freaking, I was watching because I follow the La Puente city of La Puente. Dude, some bicep dudes start socking this guy's car because he had hit them earlier. And they're, hey, come out. And the dude comes out of the back seat with he can't come out the door where they're fighting. Yeah. He has to go out this door because his AR-15's so long. He comes out around the car and just starts with an AR-15 on the freaking streets of La Puente, dude.
The world is crazy.
In like 7 in the evening, like not even late at night. So you're talking about kids have these military weapons in the back of their Nissan Altima.
Yep, and they're emotional, man. They get emotional. That's why you got to be real careful how you talk to people, bro, because you never know what kind of person this dude is. He could just be some dude that's insecure about himself. You say one thing, and he just want to shoot you.
100%, dude.
There was this one time when I was back in Texas, me and my boy were going to this strip club, and we were walking up, there was this drunk ass dude outside, and then he had the pistol on him, and he was talking mad shit, and I saw it, and I was like, you know what, nah, I'm good, bro, I'm good, y'all guys have a good night, I'm gonna go inside, you know. I didn't talk no shit, because I was like, no, for what?
Because some people, some people, they would have so much pride. I don't care if you shoot me.
Yep.
But then that dude will shoot you.
And then you're going to get your ass shot. Yep. No, I'm not doing none of that, bro. You got to be smart out here, for real.
It's crazy. Yeah, you don't know who you're talking to nowadays. People have weapons. And the worst case scenario, they probably got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu if they don't have a weapon. So you're going to get choked out. That's my thing. I don't want to get choked out.
I'd rather get choked out than get shot.
I'd way rather get choked out. Yes. Don't shoot me, please. Choke me out, 100%. I'm good with it. The whole thing. Oh man, crazy. So are you're on Instagram? You have a YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. Let me put your YouTube channel in the chat here. Klassifyde. There's your YouTube channel. We'll put that in the chat for them, make it easy. You're on Instagram, you're on YouTube, you have your YouTube channel. Are you on TikTok?
I'm on TikTok too, man.
Hey, did you get taken out last night or what, for like 6 hours?
Yeah, for like a little bit. I did get taken out, but you know, I don't really use TikTok a lot. This year I've actually started using it more. Now that I have so much content, it's nothing. I'll just put it on there, you know? But
nice.
I wasn't even tripping when they took TikTok. I was like, what I was really tripping out, they took CapCut down.
Yeah,
I was like, no.
I didn't know. I figured, yeah, dude, I was like they took TikTok down, and then I went to go do something. I'm like, CapCut, and then you look up like, why is CapCut? Yeah, it's owned by the same ByteDance.
Bro, that's what I was like, man, what am I gonna do? But it's crazy. I got an iPhone that I got from my homeboy in Texas. I don't know where he got them from, but it was still available on that phone. So I was like, yeah, I don't know where he got it from. He must have got it from out of the country or something.
it was a Chinese Instagram.
Something
it was
like
a,
that.
It was a Chinese iPhone. Well, they're all made in China, but that one was hooked up.
Yeah, man. So I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh man, I got saved because I honestly didn't know what I was gonna do with TikTok. I mean, if CapCut was done with,
Yeah,
bro.
because you and Bravo used to tell me about CapCut a lot, and I was like, nah, and then I finally got into it. It helped for a bit.
It's so user friendly, bro.
It's easy.
So
as long as you don't mind, like you as long as you like pre-edit.
Yeah.
Or you don't mind where it's going to edit for you.
Yeah.
Because the problem is because I'm doing food stuff, I have to edit it exactly at a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really use CapCut too much. I have to actually use editing software. But that's funny. Like, yeah, I was like on TikTok and then I saw CapCut I was like, what the heck? And they're all owned by the same place. And then it was like kind of working for a little bit, for a couple hours, like after midnight. I'm like, it's still on. And then it just stops.
I was hurt, man. This shit hurt my heart.
Are you getting, I was excited because I was like, dude, at least I don't have to, at least it's going to cut my workflow down.
Yeah.
I only have to, I would only have to do Instagram and shorts. I wouldn't have to do TikTok, but then then President Trump comes and saves the day and TikTok's back.
Ain't that so weird? That's so crazy. Like,
it's the power of politics, dude.
no, that's what it is. That's probably planned. That's probably planned.
100%, 100%. Like
planned
so
that,
perfectly, like it's gone on the day before inauguration, and then the inauguration happens, and he comes and saves the day. America, ladies and gentlemen,
Bro,
that's America.
Crazy. Yeah,
happening right
that's
there,
so nuts.
baby. That's
All the kids are like, man, we love Trump now.
Yeah, the kids are like, yeah,
Trump. Yeah, they're like,
everybody
we
tomorrow's
love
gonna be
Trump.
like, yeah. Trump. I can do TikTok now.
That is so
I can watch the
crazy.
videos. I can watch
Yeah.
videos of freaking pumpkins rolling down in the avalanche. Woo!
That's nuts.
All kinds of crazy stuff. Were you getting good numbers on TikTok?
No, man, I actually wasn't. That's why I kind of stopped doing it. And plus, they were so strict. They would mute me and they would take my stuff down. But also, I was like, there's no smoking on TikTok. You can't smoke in your video. If you smoke in your video, they take it down.
No way.
No, or they won't take it down, but they won't show it to nobody. They don't allow smoking.
You can do whatever you want, but you can't smoke weed.
You can't smoke. You can't smoke. You can't smoke cigarettes. You can't smoke. You can't drink any alcohol. Yeah, you can't do none of that.
So why was America trying to take it down? It's so homo that you can't drink, you can't smoke.
I had no idea, bro. But I was just like, as soon as they started doing that, I was like, man, you know what? I'm done. But now I found like a little loophole, I guess. Not really a loophole, but I just blur the cigarette or the blunt or the joint out.
And it pushes you?
Yeah, and then lets it go through.
That's funny, dude. There's two different things. Like Instagram, like it matches. Like if you get good views, you probably have good followers on Instagram. They're together.
Yeah.
With TikTok, it's like separate. It's like I got 260,000 views on one video.
Yeah.
And then, but my, and they brought my followers up to 265 followers. That's it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's so crazy.
Sometimes you might make it. That's the thing about TikTok. They say like you could post as many times as you want a day, and it'll still allow you to get a bunch of people to view you.
Yeah, I think it's not like Instagram where it's like, oh, we give you one shot a day.
Yeah.
Or YouTube, same way. We give you one shot a day on shorts and that's it.
Yeah.
With TikTok, you can just go put as many as you want out and then see which one hits because it's all luck.
I heard this one influencer say, he was like, really, it's about like, you could do it like quantity, you know what I'm saying? But you have to put out as much stuff as you can. But it's, honestly, I'm already stressed out enough putting out one thing a day on
100%.
Instagram, I can imagine like posting 2 or 3 times a day, like.
There's a guy that broke it the other day on Instagram, but he's doing 100 posts a day.
How do you even do that? That's crazy.
I don't know what to do. 100 different posts, and he's breaking like millions. He's getting million views. He's got millions of followers. Nobody's going to do that, obviously, but I think he did it to like prove a point, like just the volume thing. Because back in the day, it was a volume thing. If you when Reels first came out, it was like you put out 3 Reels a day, and you'll get the numbers. And then at some point, it crashed.
I'm so late to trends, bro. Like I'm never on the trend. trends.
It's impossible. It changes every day.
Yeah.
I was listening to Gary Vee today, and he was talking about how it's like day trading attention. So it's like day traders, the way they watch the stock market is the same way you have to watch attention. Like, where do people's attention go? And it used to be you can find out where their attention goes, and then for 6 months, you can hit that strategy for 6 months and be fine. Now, the strategy changes every single day.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's so things happen so fast now, you can't keep up, like you said.
Yeah. I think consistency is it's going to beat everything, bro.
100%.
Even if you got to do it, 5, 10, 15, if you just keep going, you'll get what you want.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Let's listen to that other song you said you sing on. What is the other one called?
Round and Round.
Round and Round. All right, cool. Let me check it out here. Round and Round. And it's on Spotify?
It is Round and Round.
What?
Round and Round.
Round and Round, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not even showing. Oh, it's a new one. New single. Look at this artist pick. The new single from Klassifyde, Round and Round, on the Raysflavs radio show.
Chasing them dreams. Chasing them nightmares. Said destruction, creation. Classified. Catching up. I wasted time, I'm trying to level up. No matter what, feel like don't do nothing.
Oh, dude. You can have that chill singing voice, too.
Yeah.
Can't just run away no more. Can't keep going in circles. Catching up. I wasted time, I'm trying to level up. No matter what, feel
I could see Tommy Chong loving this song right here.
Tommy Chong?
Tommy Chong be loving this song. I know his taste.
Can't keep going in circles.
So this song has a lot of meaning for me. Has a lot of meaning to me. It's about my struggle with addiction and creation.
Talk to me about that.
So it's like, so while trying to change who I am and stuff like that, when I would write, I would like to drink. I would like to drink. I would like drink and get high.
When you're alone,
when I'm writing,
during the writing process.
Yeah, when I'm writing. So there came to a point where I wasn't sure if I wasn't gonna be able to be creative without drinking. So that was an issue for me because I felt like if I stop drinking, am I still gonna be able to write good music?
A lot of artists have thought about that. Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix, especially Jimi Hendrix, but a lot of artists think like that. Do you think it comes from? I'll ask you. Does it come from because you started creating that way, and then now it's like? The question that I think you just brought up is, can I continue now that I'm not?
Yeah, because when you're intoxicated, it's like a passion. You feel more passionate, just like
artistic would be a good word.
Yeah. More artistic whenever because it invokes this emotion in you. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I was just worried that I wasn't gonna be able to create like I did, but when I stopped drinking for that 8 or 9 months, I was able to. You know,
you were able to. Were you surprised?
I was. I was still smoking though. I was still smoking a little bit of weed though. So I wasn't totally sober from it, but. Yeah, without drinking, I was surprised.
Drinking,
I definitely was surprised. Bro.
Did it make you excited? Oh, cool.
It did. Right? It did, because then I felt empowered. Then I was like, man, shit. I can quit drinking. I can write. I can do this.
That's a big time, dude.
It's very
because
big.
If you were to continue smoking pot, okay. I mean, how bad's that going to be? You're not going to crash your car, right? You're not going to be mean to people. You're probably going to be nice, bro, love you. But when but alcohol, I'm telling you from being a full-blown alcoholic, it will ruin you.
Oh yeah.
Ruin your life so fast, your relationships, the choices that you make, your
Everything.
internal body. Like there were certain things that started happening to me because I was a long time drinker. It affects you.
I just found out I got fatty liver, bro. Yeah, I just found out I got fatty liver.
There it is.
And there's two different kinds of fatty liver. There's non-alcoholic and then alcoholic. For sure, mine is alcoholic.
Yeah, I'm sure mine's the same way. And you start, your heart can get bigger.
Yeah. Everything, bro. It destroy everything.
Yeah.
It destroy everything. My brother-in-law, he just passed away a month ago at the apartment.
At your apartment?
At my fucking apartment, bro.
What do you mean? Would he just like?
Well, see, like he was drinking very heavily. He was drinking like 3 bottles a day of vodka.
Vodka?
Yeah.
So he had some issues, obviously.
Yeah, he just kind of fell out with his wife, and that kind of just started the spiral downward
spiral.
Mm-hmm.
So your wife's brother.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
I've been knowing this since we were kids. I know my girl and her brother since we were kids, since we were 12 years old.
20 years old?
12 years old.
12 years old. 12 years. I was going to say your kid. You're crazy.
Yeah, since we were kids, man. We were crazy ass little kids.
12 years old, and he has a fallout with his wife. See, that's the other thing about drinking, and you'll know this. Like, it could be so fun. And as a musician too, like I'd be on stage and I could have fun with it. I could talk and socially, but there's going to be a moment in that night, and this is what kind of got me, is the loneliness. Yeah, like you're going to be alone. Yeah, and then like when the party's over at 3 a.m. and nobody's in the house and you're by yourself,
you're still going.
That's the part that would kill me. Like okay, everybody's gone, and I'm. In my head, I'm partying, but there's nobody to party with, and you're alone. Yeah. And so when you drink so long for so many years, it now becomes not just a fun tool, but it becomes a medicine when you start to use it as you start to medicate yourself. To put down some of the thoughts you're having, especially because the bad times are going to come, no matter what. Yeah. The bad times are going to come, and for your brother-in-law, the bad times came when he was falling out with his wife. Yeah. And he used it the only way he knew how is to medicate himself, and unfortunately, he paid the ultimate price.
He did, and he was telling me all the time, bro. He was like, bro, I don't want to be here no more, bro. Jesus. And he leaves 5 kids behind, bro.
5 kids? Oh my God.
And I told him all the time, I was like, bro, what do you mean, man? I was like, you got 5 reasons not to go, bro.
Yeah, 100%. If nothing else, one of those, it could be a reason. Even if all 4 of them were bad and one of them was like, he's got 5 probably great kids. Oh man, that is so sad.
It was, bro. It's crazy. It was so crazy.
It's just insane. It's insane how, this is why, kids, if you're listening, the importance of when I tell you these things, like, trust me. Like I always tell my kids, like, you don't want to go down this path. Like, this path is so dark you wouldn't imagine. If you can get out, you're lucky. We right here are 2 examples of 2 that were fortunate.
It's not easy, bro. Lucky. It's not easy to get out of it, you know?
Yes.
I had a manager at my job. He was like, some people say, well, if they drink again, they might not have another recovery in them. You know what I'm saying? Like if they were to start again, there's no telling if they were able to get back out again. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody. Yeah, you can't. I'm glad your manager realized that, because you can't take that chance.
No.
Like, because people go, well, it's legal and it's part of especially if you're Chicano Mexican like us, it's part of the bautismo, divorciado, it's the wedding, man.
It's everywhere.
It took a while to people go, it's like you said, your whole personality. I was known. I was the drinking guy. I was the concierge. I understood all that.
I haven't even been back home as a sober person yet. Like when I go back home, bro, and I go see all the homies and I go see all the fam, and I'm not drinking, everybody's gonna be like
They're
surprised, bro.
Yeah. So you got to be strong. Have me on speed dial or something like that.
Man,
Yeah,
that's what I even talked to my girl, bro, and I was like, she was like, yeah, I don't know about going back home, man, because like everybody we know is doing it. Everybody we know there's drinking. No, I don't think I got one sober friend back home.
And you're talking about, and that's the hard part is this: you're talking about people you love,
people I love,
like friends,
for real,
family.
I'm very close to your family, mama, you know.
And you're not about to tell them how they run their business, or you know what I mean? Like,
you can't tell them that.
You can't,
Yeah.
and they should, and they you shouldn't, because if you're out there, don't do that, because they're living they're on a different journey.
Mm-hmm.
They're a different path. Then maybe they can handle it. We can't, because we're addicts.
Exactly.
But so it's hard. It's hard to tell somebody like I can't. But you're at a point like what do you mean you can? What do you mean you can't? Come on. What do you mean? We gotta do it. No. You can't. Not even. It's only one. Come on, it's only one.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Everybody
not
likes
even
to
one.
hit you too with that. Well, you know, everything's good in moderation. I was like, I understand that, but I can't moderate.
I can't moderate at all. I
don't know how to
am
moderate.
weak.
Yeah,
I am happy.
Once I get started, it carries over into the next day, and then I'm drunk all next day.
Yep. 100%, dude. We cannot. You cannot leave. You kind of have to take yourself. I remember this pastor told me, he's like there's certain things that I just can't do. He's like, everybody can. Everything in the Bible, it says everything is legal. Not everything is good for you. Like there are things that you just can't do. Like I don't know. I think his thing was like he used to be like this hustler. So he would have these little scams. Like he made these games, like pinball games, and you'd play the game like when he was a kid, and he would scam everybody. Like he's like so like gambling or anything like with numbers or I can't. I have to stay away from that because I'll go down like
get him going.
Keep going. He's like, for you, he's like, you can't drink because you can't even be around because you'll just keep going. I'm like, it's absolutely right. For the meth head, same thing. You know, he can't even be around a straw. For a crackhead, don't install glass on people's window, on people's cars. You know, you just have to keep yourself away from certain things. It's just it's a control for yourself. So it's interesting.
It is, man. So after I had started doing the drinking again, like I got what I needed out of it. You know, like it's just another reminder of why I stopped in the first place. I had a few times where I drank way too much and it carried over to the next day, and I was feeling like shit. I was like, nah, man. But after, you know, bro died, I was just like, I got drunk that night, the day that he died, and then the next day I was like, okay, I'm done.
Dang.
For that particular song, though, I put myself in like a drunk state to write it and to record it, because I feel like it just went with it.
Did you drank when you wrote that?
Yeah, when I wrote that.
Oh, okay. But how long ago was this?
That was more than a month ago.
Okay,
so maybe like 2 or 3 months.
So a month ago, you were still drinking. You went into character.
Like method acting, you know what I'm saying? Like they stay in character. Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what I did. It
makes sense, because even when I would play like reggae music or something, and like to get that thank, and then like because first I was like, it wasn't thank, it was like chank. I was making 2 blues. And my friend's like, try this, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Iron Man. Next thing you know, I'm playing reggae music like Bob Marley, man, like I'm from Jamaica.
That's so crazy. No, seriously, it works like that. It works like that.
Certain feel to get that feel. Like if you don't know what that Jamaican feel is, man.
Yeah, you gotta get in character.
You got to get in the groove. You got to get the plant out sometimes. Yeah. Holy moly, man.
That's very true, bro.
Method acting. Yeah. Alcohol is it for me. I was a writer, so my Jack Kerouac was my favorite writer, and he was was a full blown alcoholic. He wrote the book The Road. Have you ever read that?
I have not.
On the Road. It's a beatnik era. So back before late 50s, before the hippies, it was the beatniks, the jazz.
The Road.
They would hitchhike.
Okay.
He would hitchhike on the road, and he would write about the road, and so when I would write poetry or songs, it would be very descriptive because that's the way Jack Kerouac wrote, very descriptive, almost like a painting. So I learned to write like a painting to describe certain scenes, everything that we're seeing here. I just describe it to a detail. That's the way he wrote, and he was an amazing writer. So and that guy was a full-blown alcoholic. So those are the guys that William Burroughs, Jack Kerouac, those type of writers is who I would be into. And poets and beatnik guys, and those guys, the thing was drinking. Like they were drinking, they were hanging out at jazz clubs, and I was hanging out with nothing but jazz musicians. So jazz was my ultimate favorite music, and all my friends and musicians that I knew and that I looked up to were all jazz musicians. So I just hung out with those guys, and so that's how that kind of went down that road. It's crazy.
Okay.
Trippy. It's trippy how each scene kind of has their own thing, right? Like jazz gets even worse, like stuff like junk, like Miles Davis. Like there was like this junk scene, there was stuff that's even worse. So I don't want to go down that road, but yeah, jazz is. I didn't get into that, but jazz is real bad.
It's just part of the music, bro.
It's part of the it's part of the scene. It's like each scene has its own thing, but it's definitely out there. That's one of the reasons why I didn't I tried not to get my kids into music because I knew like the scene is they're gonna.
That's smart, bro.
You know what I mean?
Smart. I never even thought about that. That's really smart.
I didn't teach. I was like, learn your math. Read some books. Don't touch that guitar. The guitars are everywhere. I have drum sets in my room. Go away. Read some books. I know you see me playing guitar with all the ladies and coming home late at night. It's fun. I like it. But you read some books.
You know what's crazy? When I stopped drinking, I became an avid reader. Yeah. I read last year. I read 8 books. I've never ever read that many books in my entire life before that.
It's not easy to read books these days because there's no time. So
that's true.
So you read 8 books.
I read 8 books.
Huge.
Bro. 8 books. A lot of I guess you could consider them kind of like self-help books. Emotional intelligence. I read one. I read one about trauma. My dad sends me books about like pre-Columbian era Native Americans called the Toltecs, which also they
about
have
the
like
Toltec tribe.
Yeah. They also teach you about like breathing exercises and stuff like that. So I was
crazy. How's your dad doing?
Huh?
How's your dad doing?
He's good, bro. He's good. Well, I think he's doing good. You know,
it sounds like it over the phone.
He never really tells me he's doing bad when he's doing bad.
Okay. Dad, call him do a call in on the show. We have the lines wide open. You want to come on the show?
But he's cool, and he's cool. My dad's really cool. He's very hippie-ish. Very philosophical.
That's awesome.
Always, when I talk to him, he always sends me something like philosophical, bro, that makes me think and puts me like in a, I don't know, like it just makes my mind go the way he explains things to me. And he's been explaining things to me like that since I was like 5 years old.
Yeah. You told us about that last time you were here as well, and it's freaking dope. You got to have influence like that in your life is awesome.
For sure.
To be your dad,
for sure.
Can't beat that.
For sure. My mom's really cool too, though. She checks on me way more than my dad does.
Well, yeah, that's
the fires were going. She was like, "Mijo, are you okay?"
Yeah,
like, "Are you okay?" She's looking at the news. She's like, "I see the fires over there. Are you okay?"
What city are you in?
We're in Anaheim, bro. So we're only like an hour or 2 away.
Oh, okay. So I'm closer than you are. Because and what's crazy is a lot of times the fires happen in Orange County more, but this time it happened in LA and freaking burned the whole freaking.
Bro, that's crazy.
Out of control.
Yeah, that is nuts.
Out of control.
There's so much conspiracy around that.
Dude, isn't that a trip though? Like you don't like you like see people putting on videos of like, oh dude, this guy's starting to fire over here, this guy's starting to fire here, and you're like, oh man, there's a bunch of people starting to fire, and you find out that's not from another like 2 years ago. Totally like you don't even know what's the truth. Like
it's hard to tell stuff on social media, bro. Like everybody has their opinion. Everybody's doing stuff to like get people to come watch.
Clickbait.
Yeah,
It
sucks, bro.
And then so then you start watching the regular news and you're waiting for them to talk about what's on there, and it's not matching.
Yeah, it's
you're
not.
like, what? None of this. It seems so like dramatic here, and you look at regular news like, and we got 2,000 structures down. We finally found some buckets of water here in the San Gabriel Valley.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to rain till 2030, but we should be all right because 5 of our friends have swimming pools and they're very large. We might be able to get a handle on this thing, maybe at least 2% contained. And then, so it's so boring on the news, but then on Instagram, it's like all this other stuff's going on. What the heck?
It's crazy. My boy sends me all kinds of conspiracy reels all the time.
Oh man, it's the worst. It's hard to not go down these rabbit holes.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are.
Right?
Exactly what they are.
YouTube does that to me. Does YouTube do that to you?
I used to be totally into Illuminati. That's what I was young.
Dude, I went like a whole month on Illuminati.
Yeah.
Like especially, and then it comes back when people like P Diddy start coming out, and you're like, oh, I wonder if that guy's, that guy's part of the freaking new Illuminati. Him and Jay-Z are doing it. Him and Jay-Z and Beyonce got the secret Illuminati tribe, and then
there's definitely some
oiling
weird
each
shit.
other up out there.
Hollywood is definitely on some weird shit, bro.
Oh yeah, big time, dude.
Hypersexual ass shit.
Oh man, there were some jugs of goodies out there. It was crazy. Oh man, out of control. So what's tons of shows. You've done tons of shows. You've got tons of new material out. You're singing now. The sky's the limit for you, man. You could do the mellow man voice and sing. You could do the I guess depending on the beats, you can do.
I'm on a smooth thing right now, man. I'm on a real smooth tip right now.
Stuff.
Very emotional, very vulnerable.
Nice.
I'm just kind of getting away from the aggressiveness. Like when I was hanging around a bunch of people like that. That's the kind of music they made. That's the kind of music they listened to. That's the kind of people they were. So I mean, the people who I was hanging around with, that's kind of influenced.
Did that happen this past year?
Me making more vulnerable stuff.
Well, no,
hanging around people like
hanging
that.
out people that
This was like in the past, bro. Like in the past when I was in Texas. A lot of the stuff that I have put out is like 4 or 5 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, crazy.
So like now is the new stuff. I spend a lot of time on myself now. I'm not influenced by a lot of people anymore, or like my environment. My environment is me now. My environment is me reading books. My environment is me taking care of my health now. You know what I'm saying? Trying to like fix myself from years of self-destruction. So that's what the music entails right now. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it feels good. It feels good. I like it. It's emotional. Like I said, it's vulnerable. And before, like I felt like I couldn't be vulnerable. Because, I mean, I wasn't around people who were being vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't be no sensitive motherfucker around people.
Well, you're in Texas. You can't do that over there in them parts. They don't take kindly to being 2 cents about here. We got the trucks, we got the guns, and we got the chickens. Ain't none of that stuff can happen. Keep that stuff in California with them the hippies over there. Come on.
Man, that's true. Like, California is very health conscious, right?
We don't eat meat, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Man. You got the vegans, bro.
You're killing animals, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't kill the animals, bro. It's gonna destroy the vibration, like the sonic, the hertz on your lightning of your spiritual
deep
context,
into it, bro. Like they got vegan laundry detergent, vegan everything, bro. They don't want. Literally, they're deep into it, bro.
Man,
but I used like when I used to try and make music that was like vulnerable, was like speaking about my feelings. I would have homeboys that be like, "Bro, that's soft as fuck."
Oh, dude, dude, I know the feeling, dude. Even around.
They'd be like, yeah, bro, that's soft as hell, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
I had one homeboy on Facebook. He told me one day I tried to drop something, and then he was like, bro, this shit's weak as fuck, dog.
Damn, but it could have been a hit.
Okay, it can be. Vulnerability right now, I feel like creates more of a connection with people, dog.
Oh,
you know
big
what I'm saying?
time.
Yeah,
Especially if it's real.
So that's exactly. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build connections, make connections with people who follow me, and just put it all out there for people to know who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Big time, big time. I think if I mean, you could be the next Drake.
I don't know about that, but no, I like Drake though. He's definitely one of my influences too. Drake, for sure.
Because he's like that. He raps, he sings, not sing so much the way you do, but you have that ability to do that. It's different because I think you're doing the right thing because you're just listening to yourself.
Yeah.
Like you're not taking, outside influencing. You're taking what you've already experienced. You already have the stories that are there, but you're not taking outside influence. And I think that's the hardest part for somebody who's a creative, whether it's a podcaster like me. It took me, like, I would be like, I want to sound like this guy. There's this. I want to sound like Joe. I think it's Joe Rogan. Is it gonna be? And then I accidentally hit my podcast one time. I'm like, that's the voice.
Yeah.
But it was me.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I just. So now instead of like listening to Joe Rogan or the greatest show ever,
Bro,
the Godfather of podcasts,
straight up, for real,
my hero. But I don't have to like listen to a podcast to get on the zone. Like before I do a show with you or anybody else, I'd have to listen to somebody's show to get in the. Now I have to listen to me.
Yeah.
Like I have to listen to my show to get back in the zone to remember who I am. Like I'm the freaking. I can do this.
It's a little transitional period, bro. Like it can be stressful at first. Like I definitely stress myself out by like making the music that I'm doing now, and then opposed to the other music, you feel like, oh, people gonna be like, oh, he's a fraud or he's fake or he's not who he says he is. But I mean, like, to be an artist, bro, is to feed off of your emotions, right?
Big
and I mean,
time,
like,
dude.
you're not an angry person all the time, and if you are, you need to go get that checked out.
Big time. No, dude, because I love seeing it. Because I get to see you, knowing you, and I get to see your creation. And when I see some of the stuff too, like in earlier in the 2024, I was a little worried. I was a little worried about you,
Yeah,
bro.
for sure.
Because there's some hard stuff coming out of you.
For sure.
And so when I saw like it kind of mellowed down and musically was just clean and sick, and then the positive, I was like, oh, he's all right.
Yeah.
I try to let the guys like go, I try to leave. I don't want to bug because then I'm like, oh, he's this crazy stalking podcaster guy. but I worry about you guys sometimes. So
A lot of people were telling me that, bro. Especially like with like releases like Devilish.
Devilish was hard. That was
and,
hard
like,
for people to
No,
ingest.
it was, bro. Like I even had some of my homeboys, Mama, and they're real like No Limits mom. Shout out No Limits mama. I love her.
Yeah.
Shout out No Limits, bro.
Lori,
they're very not religious, but
No,
like
she's spiritual.
Yeah,
She's
spiritual. They're
big time.
very spiritual, bro. They pray, and then she would always tell me, she was just like, Klassifyde, you know that we pray for you, man. Like we be praying for you, and I'm just like, thank you, mom. I appreciate it. Like people were worried, like I was going down some dark path, bro. But that was just me, like getting in my creative bag and expressing myself. It's just another perspective on life, is what it was. Being in dark places.
That's, as a friend, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
And what was super awesome for me and an honor for me is that during that time you were on the show. Yeah. And we didn't veer back from it.
We didn't. Yeah, we talked about it. It was cool.
Everything, dude. And I was really, I'm proud of that show. I'm proud of the shows that we've done. I'm proud of this show. If you guys are not listening to Klassifyde, make sure you check out Klassifyde, my man.
For sure, man.
Thank you for coming back.
I like, it's crazy, bro. Like being on this podcast, bro. I probably hit more like deep. Like you said, we get deep. Like we do. We get crazy.
It's
deep
the green couch, baby. It's the green couch. The green couch does everything.
Like we get super deep right here, and I enjoy it for real. I really do.
And it's love, baby. It's
sure.
This is your home. and come back. Don't stay away as long as you did. But sometimes Klassifyde, you're an artist.
Yeah.
And I get to see it, go do it, go do more of it, put more out of it. We love it. We love you. The whole community loves you.
Yeah.
You're California now, baby. We ain't gonna let you go back to Texas.
Hey man, straight up, man. California changed my life, bro.
That's awesome.
Changed my life. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm out here sometimes.
You're doing it. This is the most expensive freaking state to move to.
Man, I'm still here.
Dude, you're still here. You're surviving. Yeah. Holy moly. Holy moly. Juice Gang Gang, Juice Gang Gang. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Juice Gang Gang, stay thirsty, my friends, and not dangerous. Have a great one.